I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review. This is a paid request for MegaPorkchopExpress. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. It could be for pretty much anything. Feel free to send it down below. Feel free to send it. The links are down below in the info box, if you wish. And this is for Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. And it's like, man, I haven't seen this in a long, long time. Because I remember having the VHS tape of this and watching it quite a few times when I was a kid. But sadly, it does not have a release on DVD or Blu-ray in the US. I believe video on Blu-ray overseas. If that's the case, I would like to pick it up sometime to see it in more high def. But I guess because of the music or because of other stuff, or both, just never got released in the US. But at least the full movie, maybe like bits here and there, will be on other stuff. Now, this is something that was supposed to go into theaters. It might have had a limited run, but I think for a lot of places it went more straight to video. And if you look at it as a movie, it's not really a movie. I look at it as more of Michael Jackson's version as a concert film. A very interesting concert film. Just a lot of it is just his music videos or him singing songs, and then you have a bit of a movie in the second half. But again, to me, it's more interesting version of a concert film. Instead of just someone sitting there singing songs and you get the crowd reaction, there's more either cool music videos or there's a bit more to it for entertainment value. Now, before I go on, I gotta talk about the whole Michael Jackson thing. Now, I like Michael Jackson. I like his music. I think he's one of the best out there. May he rest in peace. And I love pretty much all the songs in this. I love Smooth Criminal. I love The Man in the Mirror, which is how the movie starts with that song. Speed Demon. I really like the soundtrack. Like I said, I'm a big fan of his music. And I think he's innocent. I don't think he did what he was accused of. I think it's all bullshit. I remember, God, I was probably in my teens or early teens when I first heard it, and being more naive, going, oh, well, it's on the radio, so it must be true. But if you actually look into it, you actually do your research, fuck Finding Neverland. The whole thing is bullshit, with a ton of discrepancies. Even the director admitted, oh yeah, there's inconsistencies, discrepancies, but okay. But you do any documentary, be like, well, this and this, and oh well. No, you're doing a manipulative piece of fucking garbage that's bullshit. And I do think it's bullshit. Why do I think it's bullshit? If you actually watch that, which, please, to no one ever requests me that, because I would just refuse and give the money back, because I do not want to talk about that bullshit. as a full video, because I'd get just too, I would have a heart attack. And I don't want to do that. Like a bad movie that's a fun heart attack, this would be more like just when you look into stuff and a lot of shit doesn't make sense. This is a discrepancy. This is a discrepancy. How many discrepancies does it take to get in the middle of a Tootsie Pop? Oh, Michael Jackson did this to me on a train station around from either 1988 to 1992. Oh, that's funny, because the fucking train wasn't even built until 1993, and then no one could actually be on it until 1994. So you thought at around 90, 91, 92, what do you do? Go back to the future 2 years? He diddled you and then you went back in time? Oh, I'm a mother and I was happy when Michael Jackson died. When the day Michael Jackson died, I cheered. Years before that. Well, actually, I didn't know about this until like 2-3 years after Michael Jackson died. So which is it? You didn't know until 2-3 years later, or you knew before, so you cheered when Michael Jackson died. The day he died. Like, which is it? I didn't... How much bullshit is there? Well, this and this and this and this. Well, shit, how much does that take before you go, well, what the fuck? The fact that there's no evidence. The fact that people always fucked with them. Now, here's the thing, Michael Jackson. Do I think he was weird? Yes, I think he was weird. And honestly, I think he was naive. Too naive. What I mean by that, I think this is a guy that he was a kid, part of the Jackson 5. He had a dad who just business, 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 business. And he had no childhood because of that. And so as he grew up, he was just naive on stuff. The way he was taught, the way he was growing up, never really could enjoy a childhood. And naivete developed in certain aspects. For example, remember with Lisa Marie, the daughter of Elvis Presley, married, and you had the paparazzi, and they had a baby, and Michael Jackson said, hey, look at my baby. And as the viewer, you go, what the fuck? Like, it's a balcony, what you doing? But he's like, ah. He doesn't think anything of it. Hey, here's my baby. He doesn't think, well, wait a minute. You're at a balcony. He just didn't think that. He just thought naively, hey, I'm just showing my baby. Okay, just... Again, I think he was too naive. So, hey, hey, come on, let's do this. Just... The way, I mean, when people who actually knew him, he just, da 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 da, that type of thing. And that's just the type of person he was. And that's why, the tabloids, there was all this weird stuff about Bubbles the chimp and all this other stuff. I think he operated weirdly. Look at Prince. The way Prince dressed, and he would put stuff in a vault that would never be seen. Like, go watch Kevin Smith's, when he tells about working with Prince. And, hey, we did this documentary about religion and concert. And then Kevin Smith's like, oh, what about this stuff we've done? Oh, he probably don't put it in the vault. What? Yeah, there were fully made music videos that he made. And you've never seen. Put him in a vault for what? See, I mean, they may be weird. But weird doesn't equal pedo. No evidence. Just bullshit. I think it's people that won the money. They saw a chance. And you had a naive guy that they did it to. Yes, Michael Jackson should not have done this and this. And be less weird. But no, I don't think he did what he was accused of. I think he's innocent. And I think... all the discrepancies, all the other shit. Macaulay Culkin, Corey Feldman, these are kid at the time, had nothing but positive things to say about Michael Jackson. And Corey Feldman, he would fucking say it because he did the whole thing about, well, this happened to Corey Haim and I'm going to do this tell-all. He didn't do that with Michael Jackson. There's nothing happened. So no, I don't think anything happened. And then you look at, like, I forget who it was, like one of the family, something about the kid almost had to kill his dad or something, or the dad tried to kill the kid, and you look at some of the shit, it's like, well, why would they do it? Look what happened. They got on Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey bought it because Oprah Winfrey's a full of shit lady. Never liked Oprah Winfrey. I always thought she was a full of shit lady. And they do get paid for that. They do get paid for appearances, books, all that shit. They do get paid. Hate to be the bearer. You put the business hat one time. So yeah, I think it was cancel culture before cancel culture was a thing. And yeah, there are sick people in Hollywood, but I don't think every one of them in Hollywood is sick. Now, there may be a lot of assholes, but hell, there's a lot of assholes at your local Walmart, let alone Hollywood. But no, there are pedos in Hollywood, but I don't think every fucking person in Hollywood is a pedo. I think there are some. But that does not mean everybody's a sick fuck. That's just how I view it. So by going to that, so to watch this, again, if you looked at this as an interesting way of seeing a concert film, it's rather entertaining. You have him performing The Man in the Mirror, which I think is one of his best songs, and you have the crowd. You just see how the crowd just went insane for Michael. And can someone tell me with Michael what happened to his color? Because he was more black and then he got more pale and white. Did he do that on purpose because he was tired of people being racist to him? Or was that some kind of condition? Because either, I mean, that's what I mean by that naivete of Michael. If it was a physical condition, okay, he can't do anything about it. If he purposely did that because, I mean, that's why I keep seeing this more of a naivete mind frame, not the sick like other people jumped to the conclusion of. But again, for people who know that, feel free to talk about it in the comment section. I love how they did the retrospective of his career, because they did it in a very creative fashion. Like the Jackson 5, it'll be on a TV, but we have some cool images in front of it. Like there's one part in the TV, and the song deals with dancing. She's a dancing machine. And in the forefront, you have this robot. Looks really cool. I like the way it's animated. And the robot's doing the moonwalk as you're seeing the Jackson 5 performance on this television. Or you have the Jackson 5 on this piano. And they're kind of... It's almost like they're made out of paper. And like cut out. And they're put on the piano. And they're all dancing on this big piano in space. I mean, it's very surreal and creative. I like the imagination used in this. Like they had the ABC, gonna know 1, 2, 3, and it's all done like claymation style. Ben, so it's like a newspaper, and Ben sitting looking at the newspaper, and in the newspaper is an image of Michael Jackson singing the song Ben. I like the way this retrospective is done. Very creative, very imaginative. And it goes through the highlights like Beat It, Thriller, all the different magazine covers he's on. The State of Shock. I did very cool to watch on a visual sense. Which to me, I get why you would do that, because Michael Jackson said, well, I want to have a concert film better than the others, so instead of just me, dancing and singing, let me, tell my life story, or the career story, as visual and interesting as possible. And so the best of hits, We Are the World, and you have these raindrops falling. You see the images from the We Are the World. Okay, I'm going to have my song a bad, but this is done with kids doing the dance scenes. Just the music video was out at the time, but now here's the kid version. And I recognize the kid who plays the young Michael Jackson, and later he'd be one of the three orphans in the story portion, is Brandon Adams, the lead guy, the lead kid in The People Under the Stairs. I'm like, oh shit, that's him. Fool from The People Under the Stairs. He was also in this film called Ghost in the Machine. But he looks so familiar. Holy shit, okay, it's Fool. Because I love The People Under the Stairs. The People Under the Stairs is one of my favorite Wes Craven films. I'm like, oh cool, I forgot he did that. And yeah, for the first half is a series of music videos, very cool. Like the one about the paparazzi always chasing him, a speed demon, really cool claymation. At one point there's an appearance by the Yonoid. If you don't know what the hell that is, that was used for Domino's pizza commercials for a time period. He even had a video game for Nintendo. And he makes like a brief appearance. I'm like, is that the fucking Yonoid? What's he doing there? But it's really cool to watch with the claymation. He's being chased around the studio lot. There's a guy who is pretty much Steven Spielberg. They don't say he's Spielberg. I want a bad guy, and they gave me Michael Jackson. And then he puts on the suit of a rabbit, gets on a motorcycle. A really cool chase scene with very well done claymation. There's points where he turns into Sylvester Stallone and Pee Wee Herman, and I like the song Speed Demon. Very energetic song, very creative commercial. Even when he takes off the suit, then the suit comes alive and they have like a dance off. Again, very fun to watch. Definitely brought back a lot of nostalgic memories. And then you have this very surreal, like remember the Monty Python little cartoon stuff in some of their movies? It's like the whole music video of that look, where he's tired of these supermarket tabloids trying to get in his personal life, all this shit made up about him, which would follow up much worse later in his life. It's like, leave me alone, and all the stories about him, like he bought the Elephant Man's bones, and he has a shrine to Elizabeth Taylor, and again, I love the surreal animation look to it. Bubbles the chimp is even in there. Leave me alone. And then you get to the film, and you have the film portion. It's not really a film. It's more like Joe Pesci. Yes, Joe Pesci. Before he really got famous, because this is 1988 this came out. Soon after, he would do Lethal Weapon 2 in 1989. And then around 1990, you had Home Alone, you had Goodfellas, JFK in 91, then you had the Home Alone sequel, you had then My Cousin Vinny, Lethal Weapon 3. Like, this is before he really became famous. So before that, I mean, he was doing films like Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield. He would pop up here and there. I think he really came into the famous arena with Lethal Weapon 2 again a year later, 1989, and again it would lead to other stuff. But it's cool to see Joe Pesci there. He's a guy wanting to get people on drugs, and again, it's the story. There's nothing much to the story. Maybe even Michael Jackson knew I'm not much of an actor. So to have a 80-minute story of a movie, it would not work. But okay, hey, I'm here to save the kids. What do kids like? Kids like bad guys. Kids like Transformers. Because that's what he turns to, a fucking Transformer. I love the song Smooth Criminal. Great movement, dancing. I would say that's maybe my favorite Michael Jackson song is Smooth Criminal. Although the song has this weird break in the middle where the song stops and everything's in blue, and they're like everyone's moving slowly, and I'm like, did everyone get high? Is that what happened? They had a dose of highness. Oh, I don't know what the fuck the deal with that was. I don't think you needed that part because it breaks the momentum of the song. It stops it dead in its tracks, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? I still am like, what the fuck's going on? Why is this happening? Just you don't need it. It's just weird. And they hide on ecstasy or something. They can't even fucking talk. I don't know. I'm dumb. But that's kind of how I felt like, what the fuck? I forgot about that because it's been forever since I've seen this. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he's saving the kids from the bad guys who want to infect people with drugs. And he turns to a fucking robot and a fucking transformer. Maybe he liked the Transformers. Because it's better than Michael Bay's Transformers. Looks better, looks cooler. And he's shooting the shit out of the cannons and blowing up bad guys. What we would want to see as kids. And then turns to a spaceship. Because, that happens every day. People turn to Transformers, they turn into spaceships. But I mean, it happened with Transformers. Did it before, the Transformers movie. Well, no, the anime movie came out before this in the cartoon. But I mean, like the live action Transformers movies, Michael Jackson did it first. It's very weird. It looked pretty cool. Which I think was the intention. Because, he did stuff like Thriller. And, he wanted his stuff to look cool and look... That's why he did that Captain EO. Was it for... I think George Lucas was involved with it. And, missiles and lasers and... I mean, there's really not much talked about plot character-wise. You have 3 orphans. One of them, again, is played by Brandon Adams, who was the young Michael we saw earlier in the kid version of Bad. And he's also one of the 3. And again, it's just Michael Jackson protect the kids from the drug kingpin. Turn into a robot. And I'm like, okay. Doesn't make any sense. There's no logic behind it. But it's kind of fun to watch. But like I say, it's pretty much just an interesting way of doing a concert film. Even at the end, it ends with a concert. Doing a version of the Beatles song, Come Together. I think one of the kids might have been related to John Lennon. I could be wrong about that. I know. I remember. I think there's someone in the movie that's related to John Lennon. I don't remember who exactly. She'll look it up a bit further, but it just popped in my head, and I completely forgot until now. But yeah, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, it's fun. Again, if you look at it as a movie, it's not really a movie. Like I said, to repeat one last time, it's an interesting way of doing a concert film. And I think you have some very energetic, fun music videos. I do think when the actual story pops in, it dies down a bit. Part of me just wishes the entire thing was just music videos. I think that would work better for me. Because when it's trying to have a story, it's like, I guess like, well, we gotta have some part of it that's like a movie. Kind of like an extended music video, I guess. If you watch the whole thing of Thriller, it's actually pretty lengthy because the story portions and then music video, then story portions. It's like a mini movie. I think that's what he was trying to do with Moonwalker. And it's fun to watch, but again, I'm not really interested in the story. The 3 kids, whatever. You're just waiting for the next either what the fuck moment with the robot transformer stuff or the next music video piece. Thankfully, it doesn't take too long for that to happen. And again, the songs are really good, so that helps as well. So yeah, I enjoy it. I wish it had a release in the US on Blu-ray. Again, whether maybe it's the music or whether because people still make those jokes today. Oh, he's a pedo. And then when they did that stupid Leaving Neverland thing that reignited that, and that's why like the Simpsons episode with Michael Jackson, that's gone now. You can't find it anywhere to watch. All this other shit, and I'm like, well, they're definitely not going to release it now in the U.S. because of this bullshit. Even if they got the music rights caught up, which is a shame because I would love to own it. I love to see it in high def. Because again, it's some really nice visual filmmaking in it, especially the first of all it's music videos, but they're cool music videos, you know. And to see that Transformer Michael in high def. I know there were video games for this, which is, I think there was an arcade game. It was a Genesis game. I don't know if there was a Super Nintendo game. There might have been. I know there was a Genesis game and there was an arcade game. Which I think I played a little bit of it. But, yeah, I'm kind of floundering here because, I think, what happened to Michael Jackson, he got a raw deal. He was weird, yet naive. I do think there were people that took advantage of that, and they won. Because Michael Jackson died, he can't defend himself, and, Oprah Winfrey of them got their way, and no one wanted to do research. No one wants to call these things out. And that's why, one of the many reasons why I'm a bit more cynical in my older age. And that's why, don't believe what something or someone says. Do your own research. If you don't even want to believe in me and what I say, fine, do your own research. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. So I don't know what else to say other than thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.